It is noise. That's all it is. It's just a noise. Ugh. We've got our show rolling here. 22 minutes after the hour. Thanks for joining us here on. I can't stand that anymore. It is the world famous Jiggy Jaguar radio program, coast to coast, border to border, iHeartRadio. Tune in, iTunes. It's a hell of a weekend for music here in the great salt city of Hutchinson, Kansas. Hemlock will be Saturday night, and tonight it's the Punk Necks out at the Rusty Needle. Yeah. And there we are. I gotta pot you up, as they say. I've gotta pot you up, which is kind of funny because considering. It doesn't matter.
It does matter if you really think about it. I'm sitting in front of you, and I got nothing on but this damn G-strap. And you were talking about the Punk Necks? What?
Yes, I was talking about the Punk Necks. That's kind of the gimmick here.
We're a narcissistic band.
You're narcissistic. I think Reno, when she was in here, she moved my camera.
Well, I mean, when you're screwing around with this many cameras, why wouldn't you be fucking?
There we are. She moved my camera. I had to.
Look at the footage.
See, usually I've got Brittany here to save me on my production things, but she is out today doing something.
That's Polly for me.
Polly is your production guru.
Oh no,
she is.
When she's not around, that's when I'm scared.
She's not around. That's what I'm scared.
I can't even eat.
I leave like containers.
She's like a box of dynamite. She's like tiny, but you really wouldn't want to screw with her.
Well, I'll tell you right
I think she'd fight you.
You know, like I like bologna my whole life, and then when I got with her, it's like she realized that, oh my God, when I'm not around, he's gonna starve if I don't have something he knows to eat. So it's like there's bologna. If there's bologna in the fridge, I know that. Am I gonna be alone? She recording? What's going on? Bologna.
I tend to cook out of the microwave. That's all I do. That's all I've ever done.
Ours finally works
Yeah.
again.
We just got through a bunch of major repairs.
On the old motorhome.
How is the old motorhome?
Well,
Last time I seen you guys, you had just gotten it.
Well.
And you were headed up and down the highways and the byways of central Kansas and the United States.
We
We
almost took out a gas pump. We almost we hit the gas pump with the back, and then we also
Jesus
almost ripped off the bumper with that incident, and it also did some body damage. And then we almost we had a parking meter from where we turned too sharp. It kind of got the thing, and then we just got 6 new tires.
And then a chicken.
Our generator went out.
A chicken?
Yeah, we had a chicken.
Where is this story going?
We had to get a window fixed too. The upper bunk one.
This chicken came out of nowhere on the Texas highway.
There was a chicken
I swear to God,
involved.
like a medicine ball.
I had glass and feathers all over the RV.
It took me a week to get the cum out of my mouth.
Well,
That chicken.
those damn chickens.
You ever try to lay an
Chickens!
You ever try to lay an egg with a dead chicken?
It's
Ain't
hard.
no one gonna.
And then the generator went out.
Of course.
So we had a screwed up rear end of the RV on 2 sides, a bumper, a front glass, and we had numerous flat tires. It was crazy. But now we're still walled.
But we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Now we're good.
Yeah. And that's.
And you know what? I feel more comfortable with the motorhome.
But
now.
that's also.
I feel more comfortable with the motorhome
I'm
now.
like, okay.
That's what happens when we.
It's ours now.
That's what happens when we. When Polly quits smoking weed. That's what happens. She wrecks everything.
She wrecks everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment she quits smoking pot, that's when everything goes to hell. I'm like, what? No. I smoke too much pot.
So you're not smoking pot anymore. What's happened here? What's
Never did, Jiggy. Polly, yeah.
That's right. Hey, it could be like it could be like the Hulk Hogan trial where he goes in and he says Hulk Hogan has the 10-inch penis, not Terry Bollea. So it could be Polly doesn't smoke pot, but Polly Punkneck does. You're playing a character.
Well, I tell you what. Real life or character, I better not see a picture like that.
I heard Cosby tried to rape Hulk Hogan, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, Cosby. I thought that.
Cosby.
Hulk Hogan came out and said Cosby raped him.
Cosby raped him.
And he's also backing Trump.
But they say, you know.
Cosby or Hogan? Which one? Dude.
And then Cosby behind Hogan.
And then what?
This is
Where do you,
this is
where
just
do you put
this
Janice?
is just gone off the rails.
Where
Here
do you-
it goes,
Where do you put
sir.
Janice Dickinson? You know, in the picture. You're like, God, maybe I'd rather fuck Hulk Hogan than Janice Dickinson. You know what I mean?
What's Janice doing these days?
She's probably more worn out than she was before. You know?
She was so mad.
So mad.
Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes when you have those genes that last a long time, you sometimes just gotta get rid of them.
You just gotta get rid of them.
You're
Is
like,
that
they grow out of them. You know, sometimes the seams get done. You can't be seen.
you can't be seen in them.
She married Mean Gene.
Does she mean
Mean Gene. Okerlund.
Yeah.
I'm just speculating, but it's all hearsay.
It's all hearsay. That's right. It's all hearsay and.
Well, speaking of hearsay, I heard Vanilla Ice is digging the Vanilla Ice thing versus Robert Rip Van Winkle, whatever it is. Is that his name?
That I think's his as the rappers like to say the government name.
I
That's
heard
his
50
government
Cent
name.
ain't got millions of dollars.
No, that's.
Saw a picture of him eating M&Ms. I was like, wow, it must be rough. Is that some kind of
Must be
is
rough.
that some kind of media breadcrumb of like, man, I'm gay. I like M&M. Put M&M in my mouth.
Oh my God! Now, so you guys have been out on the
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast,
The
or
whole from Kansas to Tennessee, down to the bottom of Florida, over to South Texas and up. We've done since what was it, December?
Yeah, pretty much for the whole winter, we stayed in the Gulf.
Yeah, we stayed the whole Gulf, and we've been touring with Rusty Nutz.
We brought with us tonight.
That's right. He's in the.
he's
studio.
just become like your traveling companion.
Yeah, I don't know why he's sitting there not talking. You know.
I did. I told you something about Hulk Hogan you didn't know.
No.
He talked about Hulk Hogan and Bill Cosby.
Pull that thing down.
He's
A little vanilla and chocolate.
I think the mic's just too far away from him. He's like, I'll get up. I'll lean into this.
well, you can take it off the
Well,
stand
I'm just
if you
afraid
want
the further I
and
lean in, the
lean
more dick
back.
jokes he's going to make.
It's
Okay, man. That's
totally up to
that's
you.
a maneuverable stand you got there.
That's right.
Oh, I
get
got
your-
the pillow behind me.
I had some heavy metal guys in here on Sunday, and they just took the mics off the stands. They're just like, screw it. They're wireless mics, so they just took them off and leaned back on the couch.
In that case, you mind
All
if I
that.
do the interview from the bathroom?
How far do they reach? Exactly.
Let me borrow that picture behind you.
So Jason, you were talking earlier about coming up with Juggalo nicknames or something. What is this?
We're doing a whole new hip hopacana thing, you know. Like,
Papagana.
but we want to relate to the kids today, so since they don't want to do nothing with their lives but clown around, you know, and search to be the next billionaire app maker.
Yes.
It's like we're gonna stoop down their level a little bit and give them a little bit of our hick hype hop.
Little Jerry Jeff Juggalo.
You know? Yeah.
Jerry Jeff
And I'm
Juggalo.
gonna be Kanye Twisky with a KAHN way. Yeah, like a Wrath of Conway. Wrath of Conway. There we go.
Wrath of
Wrath of
Conway. There it is.
That's pretty good. I see it. We're
So
making
what? Are we
magic
going to
happen.
have Polly in the middle of one of the performance goes, no, Con!
No, she's gonna.
I guess I'm gonna be Beyonce.
Beyonce.
She's sitting over here looking like Private Benjamin.
I know. She does have the...
Goldie Hawn.
She
look
just,
right now.
he does have the Goldie Hawn look. You know what's funny is that if Brittany was here, she would have no clue any of that references.
Yeah,
She
but-
wouldn't know who Goldie Hawn was. She didn't know what Private Benjamin was.
Most
Her
guys.
being born in 1990 ruins a lot of my references.
See, if you think she's cute, you go Private Benjamin. But if you think you want to fuck her, you go G.I. Jane.
Here you go.
I'm like, don't watch G.I. Jane if you want to fucking be a woman in the military.
Well, and then she's got the backwards baseball cap, so it looks like, maybe she could be like an auto mechanic or something.
Or she could be part of EMF. Oh,
That too.
you're so unbelievable.
She's part of our profiling section.
Our profiling.
You know what? Like we just saw 40 outside.
Oh, really?
40,
Kid.
yeah.
Cody!
Kids.
Norris was walking around.
You know, and what you listeners out there don't know that.
What was 40 doing out in the parking lot?
No.
Family.
So
He said he was getting on the wagon.
to all you listeners out there,
Starting to stalk you.
me and Russ,
Go.
me and Rusty Nutz are standing outside, and the studio's over here, and where Jiggy's at is right across from a middle school. And what you don't know is you got this ginger trucker, red man chewing Asheville, North Carolina redneck Rusty Nutz standing outside, and on the back of his shirt, on a white shirt, it says black, white, or gay. Jesus don't give a fuck on the back. And it's like, we see 40 across the street, and he's screaming Russ's name. I thought that was you. It was awesome. It was great. We love Hutchinson.
It's great to be recognized like that, isn't it?
You know how much trouble we got to get into where we're from to be known. It's cool to come here and they're like, we
Bring it
love
around.
the shit you do. You're like, oh, great.
All
Thanks.
right, can you talk to the people in my hometown?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they'd have to start the abortion clinic and then go to the welfare office, and we'd meet all his girlfriends.
That's fantastic.
There's a lot, man.
There's a lot, man.
He was a trucker. That boy's seen more things in a parking lot than you could ever dream of. son.
Rusty Nuts.
Don't be afraid to eat it off the ground.
Yeah. just don't worry about. the
Polly
two
looks
seconds.
like she's terrified over there. When he said something
If
about
it
don't
looks
be
good-
afraid to eat it off the ground, she's like,
If it looks good to you, fuck it.
These boys been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's okay.
how have you been able to keep your sanity is what I...
I just
You know what?
Just-
back.
they
Put
just
on the,
do
the
their-
Metallica symphonic album.
That's right.
And when-
Probably relax.
one thing we've really tried to really figure out too recently, and we didn't realize till we got to Kansas that, like how much all these supremacies, Aryan Brotherhood.
Oh, yes.
We didn't
They're
realize.
big fans.
Well, no, we got our gay perv mags with the Sky and Rachel. And
Yes, you
and
do.
they're gay. And
Oh,
they're
Bob Hunter
awesomely
loves
gay.
them. They're
And,
his favorite lesbian
they-
couple.
We realize that there's a
Actually-
gay
they're actually mine,
supremacy.
too.
We realize there's a gay supremacy. Why don't racist people and gay people get together? Because they both have a supremacy and they
Yeah,
both go to rallies.
There's a whole gay
You know what I
supremacist
mean? You're
movement
like,
They
going
both have
neither
parades.
one of them want each other around their own rallies, and they normally respect that everywhere they go. But then sometimes you get on one side of the fence, on either side of that fence, you'll get them.
Either
you gotta
side of that
Hey, you're
fence.
getting-
believe what I believe. I'm like, why don't you achieve what I achieve? If I'm jerking off on you, doesn't mean you have to.
Wow.
That's the newest topic. Is
That is the...
It's only gay if you jerk off on them back.
Well, and then I don't know if he's got his motorcycle out. Did you see the motorcycle next door
No, but
at all? Well, there's a guy. He used to live above me. he moved across over there and he got a motorcycle. And he's a big motorcycle guy. And he's supposedly a big Christian, too.
Right.
Supposedly.
Like
And,
Jesus.
yeah.
Christians are
Kind of.
there's a super huge Christian swinger scene.
Well, you mentioned something about,
I
you
just
know,
trip eat meth for Jesus.
don't jack off or come on a, you know, whoever, whatever. He had a chick that was sleeping in his bed one night, and he wanted to bang her. She didn't want to do anything, so he just like laid next to her and jacked off and came on her back. And
that's how you do it.
And then you won't get pregnant.
That's how it's done.
Apparently that's
I just left you that for later, honey.
that's just what's hot in the streets, I guess.
I figure if you didn't want it, it'd dry up.
Jerking for Jesus.
It's not assault at arm's
Why'd
length.
you do that to me? Well, I just left it on you in case you wanted it, and I figured, it'd dry if you didn't want it.
It's a souvenir.
Oh my God! You know, he's got a point.
That's what the bread's
You
on.
have a
That's why I
point,
left the bread
sir.
on that's why I left the bread on the nightstand.
How have you been able to put up with this, Russ? How have you been able to deal with this over here?
I know you're like she's gotta love his dick. No way.
Well, I get the whole thing.
But what
between
about
you
him?
two,
How does he
but
do
you, my friend?
I tell you what, you just got to have your own vehicle
right? Yeah, that worked.
and ride behind because, they take out all the obstacles in front of me.
Well,
And
okay.
if I get in a fight, it's up to everybody that I'm with to get our shit out of the venue. That's the only two rules.
Have
we
you had
have.
any of those issues with this?
Of course.
Yeah.
What was the last fight you got into?
Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Was it? No, it wasn't Hattie.
What have you
It
done?
was Ocean Springs,
Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Mississippi. And then before that,
What are you?
I don't even remember that.
Oh,
Carrollton,
Carrollton, Georgia.
Georgia. And
I don't remember that one.
you don't remember that dude touching me?
That's where he punched the fat chick.
And he goes,
Or the fat
"Don't worry,
chick
dude.
punched
I'm in a
him.
band." And I'm like, "Okay, you just touched me twice, pulled me while I'm on stage." And I'm like going, "You know what? I'm not gonna take this." I said, "Touch me again." I swear to God. And he goes, "I'm in a band." And I swear to God, my rock and roll feng shui touched
Rock
me.
and roll feng shui.
And the guy flew.
Oh
like,
my God.
he flew like 5-10 feet. I mean, he flew, dude. And I'm not a big guy. I mean, if you see me, I mean, I look sexy, but I'm not big. I'm sexy.
Rock and roll
I'm
feng
decent
shui.
sexy. But I've tossed him, and then this big black girl comes up, and she was kind of black. She wasn't even full black. But
It's kind of.
she pops me in my head. She goes, "No one hits my friend, bitch!" And it pops me, and I got my guitar on and everything. And,
God.
I just started packing up shit
No
and left.
protection at all.
Never go back there.
and I realized, I'm
How
like,
dare they?
it's where I'm from.
We'll never play in this town
Never
again.
gonna play this kind of bar again.
That's right.
Half bar.
People, where I'm from,
Half bar, half restaurant, whatever it is.
where I come from, fag ain't just about sex. It's more about, like being stupid. Like we call somebody a fag because they're stupid or something. And so a lot of people get misinterpreted with Southerners when we say fag. I'm like, going, no, it got nothing to do with you sucking dick. It's got about your dumbass.
I always think of cigarettes overseas.
Nah, yeah, but I don't give a fuck about it.
A fag.
That's where
Smoking
we're
a
at.
fag.
We're all kind of I am, at least on the trip of, I don't really give a shit about the whole Europe thing as much as a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Because I'm American as fuck. But
that is one
he
thing I
said-
do like about you.
he
You
said,
are
"How do I-"
American as fuck.
yeah.
How do I handle this?
How do I handle
it's
it?
more like you just pretend like you're writing a book and stay the fuck away from it and just watch it go down. It's really my perspective.
That's all it
And
is.
if you're writing a book, you actually get more than if you were videotaping, because you know what? You never have the video camera around when we really fucking need it. You're like, why don't we ever get Jason in a fight? They're like, I ain't gonna get hit.
I'm doing
You just wear a GoPro on your hat
Put it in a little rubber ball.
or pen cam everything.
every time a fight breaks out, I just throw this
What?
GoPro in the middle of it.
Why do
That's right.
Why do the punk necks look like cops with all that GoPro shit on?
You could button cam, or she's got buttons on her outfit there. She could pin cam, button cam, hat cam. You can do all sorts of things.
You know how much of that shit we'd lose when we get drunk?
Well,
Well, that's just that's
you wouldn't forget you would forget to take the SD card out.
We need somebody to take the shit off once after the show.
You'd need your camera person to follow you around.
Handler.
Yeah, we need
a handler or an advisor. That's right. An advocate.
We need a rowdy, controlled environment. How do you control that? You get somebody that likes to be yelled at.
We put an audition on Craigslist.
Yeah.
You like to be yelled at and maybe punched? Well, we got a job for you.
We got a job for you. Hit the road with the fuck next.
Do you like arguing and not fucking? Well, come join our band.
We're going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we're going to keep chatting with the punk necks. I want to talk with them about their presidential picks. They are Trump supporters.
No, we're
realists.
We're Ben Trump.
We're
Benjamin Trumps.
Donald Carson.
That's right.
We're for the Oreo.
Donald Carson. We've got more coming up. We have exclusive right to represent new reality show in Ukraine on national TV. 50 million are going to watch our reality show. I need to talk to airlines or others which can fly from the arenas where contestants are to the destinations I want the show to be. And to the big hotel chains who have vacancies in certain seasons and local tourism industry to connect me to them. My show will promote those destinations, so they should be interesting in doing much of the work for me with their local hotels and resorts. The reality show where 26 people will live life of a millionaires on vacation for 30 days. The show are going to take place from Italy, Venice, with the best accommodation in 5-star hotels, the big restaurants, using limo, restaurants, private boats and spas, department stores, clothing, shopping with the prestige brands for 26 people, Visa card or American Express used in the names of the airlines, private jets and more to come. Then Mediterranean cruise on largest cruise liners with a VIP accommodation for 3 weeks. Back to Venice for a few more days. The presentation must be endorsement and placement of a product service. For example, Toyota might pay us to endorse their product, and so on.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble. Help! I could barely move. Help! I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-635-4993. That's 800-635-4993. Call now at 800-635-4993 to get a free brochure. 800-635-4993.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kip Marlowe, author of The Entrepreneurs, Success and Sacrifice. If you're interested in starting a business, growing your current one, or just need some inspiration, this is the book for you. Learn the secrets of success from entrepreneurs like Arlene Neen, who just started her 7th company at the age of 96. Order it at ecrsuccess.com or at Amazon and learn 22 stories of ordinary people who became wildly successful. It could change your life.
Jiggy Jaguar.
Neil Bork's with us today.
If they put Fox News on, liberals will complain. If they put CNN on, conservatives are going to complain.
Jiggy Jaguar.
We've got Tom Donahue with us today.
I started to organize, no, not like Obama.
Jiggy Jaguar.
Publisher of Talkers Magazine, Michael Harrison.
And it's a lot of fun, and it's very informative, and it does a lot of things. One, it's
www.jiggyjaguar.com.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house?
Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-809-5785.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care, as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-809-5785. That's 1-800-809-5785.
This is attorney advertising. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. Should not be based solely upon advertising. Kurt Goes and Brad Honnold are responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Attention! Call now if you've had an IVC filter placed in your body to prevent blood clots, as you may be at serious risk. The FDA warns that these filters may move or break, which may lead to heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or even death. Call now for a free consultation. Since 2005, there have been over 1,000 problems reported to the FDA by consumers regarding IVC filters, such as fractures, tearing, device movement, blockage, and breaking of the device. If you or a loved one suffered serious health complications from an IVC filter which moved or broke, call us right now, as you may be entitled to compensation. Call 800-618-4110. That's 800-618-4110. Call now. 800-618-4110.
Welcome to the Unlock Your Wealth Update. Here's Heather Wagenhals.
Surprisingly enough, not everything on Amazon is a great deal. However, you will come across those bargain purchases. It's just a matter of knowing if they're a good deal or not. So before you waste your time surfing the internet, allow us to help steer you to the best deals on Amazon. TVs. Records indicate shopping holidays like Black Friday and Prime Day will score you a 32-inch television at $75. Paper towels. Of course, Target and Walmart carry this supply. However, Amazon will land you a better deal. Take a look and find out for yourself. Diapers. Cut a few dollars off your diapers order each month by purchasing name brand diapers like Pampers on Amazon. And magazine subscriptions. Online subscriptions might save you some money as well. According to Amazon, they have a huge selection of print access subscriptions at deep discounts. Good Housekeeping, for example, offers 12 issues for only $5 on Amazon.
For more great resources to help you create unlimited wealth and happiness, visit our website at crackingyourmoneycode.com. I'm Heather Wagenhals. Now go out and unlock your wealth today.
Welcome back to the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio program, coast to coast and border to border. On TuneIn, iTunes, our Radio Loyalty, Stitcher, and, of course, 50-plus AM FM stations across the country and around the world. 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com. 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, and 1 p.m. Mountain Standard each and every afternoon. On demand, commercial-free podcasts are available on our website, JiggyJaguar.com, and our brand new Droid app, which you can stream the show live, 24/7 replay. Exclusive news and programming information is now available, JiggyJaguar.us, or you can go, that's right, check it out online in the Google Store. And selected editions will be available on the iHeartRadio app. This edition will be on the iHeartRadio app. Our telephone number, 267-22-JIGGY. And the Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast is brought to you by our fabulous friends. That's right. Tremendous new opportunity. Donate $5 to www.gofundme.com/MW0ETO for a chance to win a cruise for 2. That's right. When you win, choose any of the 9 destinations. Winner will be announced July 10th, 2016. You will receive a notification via email if you've won. For more information, check out KMZBASS at gmail.com. Royal Caribbean International. These folks are absolutely amazing. Win a cruise for two. You can donate $5 for a chance to win a cruise for two to a location of your choice. Donate just $5 to be entered for a chance to win a cruise to a destination of your choice. You and one other person can cruise to any one of the 9 locations: Alaska, the Arabian Gulf, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, the Bahamas, Bermuda, Caribbean, Europe, and even Hawaii. Check it out today. Donate $5 to www.gofundme.com/the letter M, the letter W, the number 0, the letter E, the letter T, and 0. Check it out today. It's gofundme.com/MW0ETO. Amazing, amazing new marketing partner, and thanks for being with us today here on the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Radio.
I hear the Mormons are getting into that.
The Mormons are getting into boner pants?
No, it's a
What?
protective underwear.
Well, no, that's those Bieber pants. Those are boner pants. They got all
Don't they
the
have
rim.
magic underwear? Isn't that what the Mormons
Have you
do?
seen those? They got the big space in the middle. They're skin tight, but they got this big MC Hammer crotch.
They're supposed to be bulletproof.
Bulletproof?
Yeah, this Teflon in there.
Bulletproof.
You're like, it's probably not as painful, but I bet you it shows your heart on. You know, you're like, wow, I wouldn't wear those Bieber pants. I'd wear some skinny jeans.
Bieber
pants. You know, you can tell the difference in a man and a boy today.
What's up?
Is in their jeans. You know, like really, these skinny pants are really hip, right? And it's like some boys will have a camel toe.
Yes.
Not even a moose knuckle. It would look like a woman.
Moose
You know,
knuckle.
you're like, boy, you better, grow a dick or get more pussy, but you don't need to fuck with me. Not wearing them pants. Just saying.
They're hiding the rest of it underneath their butt cheek.
Well, I'll tell you, it was quite, like I was saying earlier, it was quite the experience taking old Bob Hunter out to Vegas for the AVNs.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! He just had such a fun time.
We have a blast in Vegas.
It was fun.
You should have went to the dive bar. Oh, you should have. Tell them you're friends of ours. I mean, I swear to God, it would have got more insane. Like, we don't even
It
go.
would have got more insane.
Like, yeah, you would have. They have our whiskey on the shelf.
Really?
It's a pure grain punk neck. It's a apple jack. It's an apple jackass. Apple jackass. It's a punk neck's jackass. I'm the. It was made for us up in Oregon. And I'm the picture on it. Fighting like So it's all right.
Wow. So how often do you guys get out there to Vegas for shows?
But we're taking it.
That's kind of what we're looking at doing, is going to the AVNs once a year, and that's what
we just had to.
Although I really wanted to go see Eddie Money out there in Vegas. He's going to be there. He was going to be there.
I feel nervous. Ooh, did she took her clothes off?
Exactly.
And she walked in and
No, seriously. Next year, you guys ought to schedule your show around the time that the AVNs are going on and pop in. It'll be
Snapping
fun.
a finger.
Somebody said we're going to open up for.
You were moving round and round and up and down.
We're going to open up
She
for
was
Celine
shaking.
Dion.
Whoa. That's right.
Got a little nervous. Ooh. She took her clothes off. Started shaking too much.
This is what you're making reference to? That's right. Eddie Money.
You totally rock out in front of the mirror to this. I know you do.
I love Eddie Money.
You move your head. You move your mouth sideways.
I think every time someone mentions Eddie Money, he kind of drools out the side of his mouth.
I marked out like a motherfucker when I met Eddie Money out in Junction City like 10 years ago now.
Oh, you fanned out.
I was big time.
Dude, I hate it when that happens.
Big time.
You think that they might like it, but they're pretty sincere, but you know that after that, they'll never want to be next to you again.
Well, it was so funny because when we went out there and we went, I had been communicating with his management people and all sorts of people all summer. And then they finally got a hold of me and they said, I got this weird call. It was like the CIA was calling me or something. So an unknown phone number. And he was like, is this Jiggy? And I said, yeah. And they go, well, you still want to interview Eddie Money? And I'm like,
Fuck
yeah. And they were like, well, be at the curb at 5 p.m. tomorrow. A black bus will pull up. A guy will get off. He will point at you and your crew, and you will have to get on, and you will have 10 minutes to interview Eddie Money. And I'm like, let's go.
Yo, Eddie, why don't you have women on there?
And so me and Ross jumped in the car, went to Junction City, and was sitting on the corner. And I had the tripod with
Next thing you know, you got a mouthful of dick, and you got $100 extra bucks.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
We were standing on the corner.
And he's pointing at us, and we go and we get on, and he goes, "You're going to have 10 minutes." No, you're going to have 5.
Whoa.
And so Ross is getting all the stuff ready to go, and then here comes Eddie, and he was just wearing, like, pajamas. And he was like, take as long as you need. I don't care.
Was he drinking?
Yeah, he was. So funny because at the end of it, he's like, Ross was like, can we film your first 3 songs? And he's like, yeah, sure. My son, the tour manager will hook it up for you.
He's taking over family business.
So it was a hell of a deal. I almost...
he can almost pass for Ozzy if you really look at him sometimes. You know what I mean? Put Xanax and get him hammered. Put him in black and some glasses. You wouldn't tell, dude. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Now, let's see. Who was another one that I almost marked out for?
I freaked out Tom Green one time, and I thought he could handle it. You know,
I
thought he could handle it. I really did.
What did you do to poor Tom Green?
I bumped into him, dude. I bumped into him. I'm like, you fucking Tom Green. He goes, ah! And then he just like goes like this, and then runs.
Wow.
I was like, holy shit. You know, but I really geeked out one time on Perry Farrell. And Glenn Danzig. I totally like
oh God, Glenn Danzig, how did that go?
You know where your toupee?
Oh, it's beautiful. No, it was awesome. I mean, the guy was awesome. I mean, really, you know, I mean, for a guy to be known as a dick, why wouldn't I get along with him?
Well, there is.
You know what I mean? Like, really?
There is.
You know, and so therefore, like when I met him, I was with Argentina, and I just moved to L.A., and we get kicked out of this backstage area that we were hanging out with some friends, but we drank all their shit, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here." But anyways, we ended up meeting him in the VIP bar of the Kiki Club, or the Key Club.
Yeah.
And
he had also been kicked out of a backstage.
Yeah.
Probably.
We were seeing My Ruin, and we were sucking on all their juice. And anyways, fucking Glenn Danzig asked us to sit down at the fucking table, let us ask him questions. I mean, I did everything but suck his dick. I mean, like, I was excited. And then when I start walking to Polly's house, and this is a couple of years after I'd already lived there, and I meet Polly, and I'm walking to her house, and I walk by his house every day, and I'm like seeing him out there with his manager or whoever the fuck is in his driveway, and I always kind of wave, you know, like maybe he'll remember me, you know, like out of the thousands of people.
I just kind of wave.
And you know, like, but then I'm like going, I walk by here every day. You know, this guy probably thinks I'm stalking his ass.
He probably
You know, I've never seen you here until recently. I'm like, whatever. I ain't gonna steal your fucking bricks, motherfucker. And then I freaked. I got starstruck with Vince Neil, but I didn't go up to him. But I did that whole. We were at the Rainbow Room, and I was like, "Hey, man," and he goes, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I'm like, "Great." Get a drink. I'm like, you know, like, I just felt like I achieved something without sucking a dick. That's one thing cool when you meet a star. Like Uncle Cracker, he's like, I mean, what dude wants to really do X with another dude that you don't know? You're like, hey man, you want to get hot? I'm like, I got a big fatty roll. They're like, no, but I'll do some X. I'm like, you really want to do X with me? You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. If you're wondering why everybody's turning gay, maybe it's the drugs they're doing. Molly, X, all that shit. You know, I try to stay away from any drugs that make me want to put a dick in my mouth or some kind of object up my ass.
Well, I thought that was your favorite thing.
No. I can do like a Vienna's Boys Choir by fecal matter.
I bumped into Wayne Static.
Oh,
He was buying Hot Rod magazines.
Divine my Lord.
He was like, "Where are we?" And I said, "You're in Salina, Kansas." And he's like, "Oh."
Oh, you got a Walmart mint? That's what we call them. Well, we say at the WOA, the Walmarts of America.
They've got 27 different layouts. And
One day
I've cataloged them all.
they'll have a shitter disposal just for us one day. You know, sewage disposal.
They already do.
Yeah.
You just got to back up to the drainage ditch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there it is, man. Well, you got an outer thing on yours. See, I have to undo a bunch of shit. Like, you can just kind of casually walk back there and just pull it.
I got a cord that hangs out the window. You can just pull it.
Oh, it's like.
You know, it's hard for them cops to pull you over with shit all over a window.
Got a new campaign. It's called Free the Fecal.
You think that cop wants to get out of his car with poop dripping off the window? Hell no.
So let's see here, and this is gonna get tricky because Britannia over here is
she's
Bernie.
Oh,
she's a Bernie supporter.
No, most of the state really is that or Cruz. That's what you got.
Well, you know, a lot of the Bernie people are actually going to see now that it's getting closer to, you know, knowing who it's going to be against.
Yeah.
And no.
It's about to show you the side that Bernie people think they like about Bernie. They're going to love Trump even more.
And once you find
See, Trump is a mastermind, and he has a whole thing planned out to how he's going to.
I hope it's Bernie and Trump. I hope it comes down to Bernie and Trump, and then at the end of the day, they just decide fuck it, and they shake hands.
This is not going to be your typical one pick, dude. These guys are. There's no way Cruz is going to give up no matter what. He's not going to give up.
Yeah.
Trump ain't. Trump's like, okay. I spent $2.5 million. Some of these people spent 50. I'm like going, hell yeah. Tell me that guy can't save you money. The other guy's like, yeah, you gave me $30, and look, this is as far as we gotten.
Not only did he only spend $2 million, he's also merchandising off of the campaign. He's making money off his water, his whole scandal,
people are like,
his steaks, his water.
Some other company makes it. I'm like, no shit. I didn't think no other thing about it. You know, like, look at the difference in Kraft and the Great Value shit at Walmart. It looks and tastes the fucking same unless it says garlic and herb.
It's made in the same Chinese factory.
Right. You know, it's the same something. Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to be around to watch you be fucked. You don't want retirement? Well, I'll make sure you don't get it. You know what? Everybody with the IRA's fucked if I go in. And I'm like going, oh, no, I got an IRA. I want it to work. You know,
I want it to work.
You know, it's like, I'm not, but see, me and Polly are more, I would like to say Republicans, you know, like
Republicans.
You know, we're just conservative punk rockers, you know, like, yeah, we could go get food stamps, but we don't. We could do a lot of things, but we don't. You know, but as long as we can take care of it, it's no problem. And you know, a lot of rich people are just worth as much as they are, and they normally don't have it. So what you're taxing is a lot of these people's quote unquote worth, and that's not worth shit, really. Then it's going to trickle down to the smaller people, and we're all going to pay for a lot of people not to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And and everybody's so scared of militancy. Once you give up what America, the hope of what America was built on, then I do believe that you are ready to be a communist, you know, because it's like you don't know what communism is until you're in chains, you know. You don't know what any of that is. But you really want to be in a safe space? Let me tell you, the last thing I like for anything is to have a rule. A fucking rule just because some other person couldn't take care of it themselves.
And I don't like a wealthy person talking so much shit on rich people.
But I think
yes.
But I do think that a businessman can get us out of debt and create a Reagan-Clinton era of economic reform. I just do. And I think the economic reform of our dollar being worth way more than it is right now will get us a lot further.
Well, I like the fact that he Now this was before he decided to run this time.
I mean, I was for Carson to begin with. That's what started it. But then Trump, I was like, hell yeah, dude, come on.
Well, I like the fact that he says that like places like Saudi Arabia is like, we've got our army over there, so if we're gonna have our guys over there, you're gonna pay for them. If not, we're bringing them back.
No, we're gonna take your fucking oil, motherfucker. When you spend money on gas like we do, fuck their oil. You know what I mean? We got our own over here now, but everybody's freaking out about that, But, these are people that don't spend money in these areas. I get what bothers people locally, and I think it should be different state to state for everything. But, I'm more for state to state versus everything being federal. Less government, less rules, and hopefully education.
So you're libertarian, basically.
No way.
What you're saying.
No way. I just don't want Red Dawn to happen.
Well, that too.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want Red Dawn, and I don't want, I just don't want anything affecting my freedom because I'm not in shackles, dude. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's like I pay taxes. I have an accountant, and oh my God, we got to go to our accountant tomorrow to sign papers. I forgot to tell you, he called.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, holy shit.
Thanks for telling her on the air.
Yeah. But
guess we're not filing this year.
Thanks for passing those along, Jason.
But we also have an IRA, Everybody can sit there and say what
Everybody
they're...
on iHeartRadio now knows you got to go meet with your accountant tomorrow.
A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared. Tom, what's up? And but a lot of people are scared for thinking I'm not going to get an IRA because you're not going to need it. Well, you know what? It's better to have it and not need it than to not have it and be fucked.
Exactly.
And $50 a month with $1,000 investment, you got an IRA. All you got to do is pay $50 a month and no government's in your ass unless you pull out that shit.
Which is probably less than your phone costs.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
You know
We're
what
just
I mean?
burying cans of
but
money
that's how you
across the
can.
United States.
But see, you have to do it. You have to do it to know it. Most people just don't want to put forth an effort for their future, and they want somebody to consistently take care of it. And we are trying to break all those shackles, of oppression. Being oppressed, to free yourself from being oppressed, ain't making us all act alike. They do that in prison. Code of conduct.
Do that in prison.
It's like, don't say that. It's a bad word. Well, oh no, in your protected world, in your butterflies and unicorns and your pretty little fence.
All the safety zones that the college kids have.
Yeah, it's called a FEMA camp.
Rich
well, that's the thing.
Rich kids fucking.
You want your
and that's what scares the out of me.
You want your Obama phone? Well, come on and live at our camp. That's what you want your food stamps. Let's just move into the camp.
You think you're crazy until you sign up for the army. You're like, are you crazy? You want you sign up for the army? You won't kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't kids more doing that? Like when I went there, they're like, back in the 90s, I was like, I just want to kill somebody. And they're like, maybe you should go in the Navy. I'm like, whoa. Is that the most violent thing you got? Sit me on a boat in the middle of nowhere in the water?
That's the most violent thing you got.
Yeah.
We'll make you a fireman on a tanker.
Bunch of men on a sailboat.
Yeah. Can I run backwards in here with everybody on Viagra?
It's got a water hose.
But Trump and Carson's backing Trump, dude. Now the racist thing's over. Finally over.
That's right.
Trump likes white people and black people, so now you can't hate him.
It's over now.
And rich Mexicans love him. They say conservative Hispanics love him. I'm like, well, yeah. They must be from Spain.
They must be from Spain. That's right. They're Spaniards.
I like how he took on the Pope, too. He's like, oh, well, just got 10 foot taller, You going to tell the Pope on me?
Well, I liked how...
the Pope, tell him not to build a wall.
This is the thing that I like about both Bernie and Trump is that Bernie, when Hillary pulled that crap on him with the emails, he's like, okay, I'll just sue you. And they're like, no. You go and have your stuff, do whatever you got to do. And then with Trump, people will make little comments, like one of the debates, Ted Cruz.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Ted Cruz had trashed him. And then he's like, I like Ted. Good guy. It's like, he doesn't get pissed.
You should have seen the Carson thing today, dude, or last night, whatever it was. It was beautiful. Like, this morning was the calmest I've ever seen Trump ever. And to see Ben Carson so mad at Ted Cruz, for all the shit. He goes, Carson isn't mad at Trump for the shit. Because Ted Cruz, I didn't even know what Ted Cruz said, but Ted Cruz said something that pissed Ben Carson off. And I guess it was an Iowa thing. And I don't know. I was just really excited to see that, Trump had a black guy on his side.
Yeah, I actually canceled my tickets to the Nancy Reagan funeral to go to this next debate.
It's okay. It's not political.
Well, is that?
I'm just so tired of this Republican thing. I'm going to go to the music awards.
Well, that too.
I'm just saying.
You can go to the iHeart Awards while iHeart is still around.
You only get to go to Nancy Reagan's fucking funeral once. You get one time to go to Nancy Reagan's funeral. When's the next?
That too.
How many more? You're not gonna get another time to go to a funeral in the Ronald Reagan Library.
I mean, really, the next one out is Jimmy Carter. So
and you can shut it down.
I get my ticket for that.
President Obama could have went there and shut it down for like a whole day. Shut it down, went in there, really made everybody wait for 3 hours. He could have really shut it down. But I mean, if I would have worked it for both things. I'm going there for the food. I'm going there to use the fucking jet, and I'm gonna go out there to stay at the fucking nicest fucking hotel close to fucking this place. You know what I mean? Taking the kids, a dog, and about $400,000 worth of shit. But instead, he's gonna go to the music awards with all that.
Yep.
He's got to get his free iPad.
Don't worry.
That's right, door prize.
I'm almost out of the presidency here. How are we going to pay for shit? I got to get my free iPad.
Got to get my free iPad.
But I mean, there's one thing about Bernie that never caught a lot of wind was him and his family living off that fund. That
too.
That went under. You
that just went by.
I'm getting your $30. Your $27.
That's what actually turned me around.
And you're just like going, okay, well, if you don't get it, you're going to be sitting pretty. You're going to be sitting, they sit prettier by raising money and losing than if they set money and won, because when they won, they spent all the money first off, and they're only getting paid $250,000, $275,000 a year.
That too.
You know what I mean? You're making it out bigger by being a fucking loser.
Let's spend a little bit less.
I've got to run for president because my family needs this fucking money. I'm almost fucking out of here. And if you say anything after I'm gone, I'll sue you.
That too. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to take another timeout when we come back. I guess we're going to play play a few tunes.
Is it going to be Rusty Nutz or is it going to be the Punk Necks? I don't know. And let's say hi to Sky at Wichita Screen Printing.
We got more coming up. We're going to get some music going. We got more coming up.
This is attorney advertising. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. Should not be based solely upon advertising. Kurt Goes and Brad Honnold are responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Attention women. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling implanted for pelvic organ prolapse or stress urinary incontinence and suffered serious injuries or complications, please call 800-625-0379 now, as you may be entitled to a cash award. If you've had a mesh or sling device implanted and suffered serious injuries or complications such as device removal or replacement surgery, call 800-625-0379 now for a free consultation. One manufacturer has offered to pay $830 million to women harmed by these products. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling implant and suffered serious injuries or complications, please call 800-625-0379 now. Cases are being settled right now. So call 800-625-0379. That's 800-625-0379.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-635-4993. That's 800-635-4993. Call now at 800-635-4993 to get a free brochure. 800-635-4993.
The response has been overwhelming, and we thank you guys for shopping the Amazon link at JiggyJaguar.com. Check it out today at JiggyJaguar.com. Recently, we spoke to another guest on our radio program, and he had this to say about Amazon.
I know you guys work with Amazon a lot.
Yes.
It's the #1 mouthwash on Amazon.
We're not asking you to buy anything you don't want or need. You know you're going to do your shopping at Amazon. You might as well help out the broadcast at the same time. To help out our operation, check out JiggyJaguar.com. That's JiggyJaguar.com. And thanks for supporting the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar Show.
This is attorney advertising. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. Should not be based solely upon advertising. Kurt Goes and Brad Honnold are responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Attention women. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling implanted for pelvic organ prolapse or stress urinary incontinence and suffered serious injuries or complications, please call 800-625-0379 now, as you may be entitled to a cash award. If you've had a mesh or sling device implanted and suffered serious injuries or complications such as device removal or replacement surgery, call 800-625-0379 now for a free consultation. One manufacturer has offered to pay $830 million to women harmed by these products. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling implant and suffered serious injuries or complications, please call 800-625-0379 now. Cases are being settled right now. So call 800-625-0379. That's 800-625-0379.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kip Marlowe, author of The Entrepreneurs, Success and Sacrifice. If you're interested in starting a business, growing your current one, or just need some inspiration, this is the book for you. Learn the secrets of success from entrepreneurs like Arlene Neen, who just started her 7th company at the age of 96. Order it at ecrsuccess.com or at Amazon and learn 22 stories of ordinary people who became wildly successful. It could change your life.
This is Chris Markowski, your watchdog on Wall Street, and this is your watchdog on Wall Street Money Minute. Jobs report coming out, but here's a number that I want to discuss with everybody. Basically, there was a report that came out that for the nearly 250,000 jobs a month that the economy is creating, workers' real wages, that's actually including the cost of living, are actually going backward. Average pay in real terms slumped 4% from 2009 to 2014. This is according to the National Employment Labor Project. Even more interesting, that these jobs, a lot of these jobs that have been available are the ones that are paying less. Not a good sign for the whole Obamanomics thing, right? Oh yeah, everything is awesome, everything is wonderful, yet people are making less. We are not creating as much, and there's less entrepreneurship. WatchdogOnWallStreet.com.
Talk with Jiggy right now at 267-22-JIGGY or email JiggyJaguar@JiggyJaguar.com.
Welcome back to our big program, coast to coast and border to border on TuneIn, iTunes, Radio Loyalty, Stitcher, and of course, 50-plus AM FM stations across the country and around the world, iHeartRadio as well. Our brand new app is available, JiggyJaguar.us. And last evening, I did some checking around on the old apps, and I figured out a way that we can broadcast live from our app, so we can actually do that now. I just promised everybody before, you never know, you might want to download the app, we might go live on it. I had no intention of going live because I didn't know how. Now I do. We've got a great guest with us today here on our broadcast. Douglas Michael McKinnon joins us here on our broadcast, and how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, James. I really appreciate it.
Now let's talk a little bit about Nancy Reagan, and then in our next segment we'll talk about the book, because you have a tremendous book here. First of all, Nancy Reagan's funeral is today, and this is an amazing day. You're a former speechwriter for President Reagan, and you've released a compelling tale here about Jesus. Tell me a little bit about your time with the Reagan administration.
It was arguably, well, not even arguably, it was without a doubt the highest honor of my life in terms of my professional work life. Yep. I mean, to be able to work and write for President Ronald Reagan at any level was the most amazing thing I've ever done. And honestly, James, I got to see them both up close and personal a number of times within the White House, and anyone that witnessed that was witnessing pure love. And one of the wonderful things about Nancy Reagan, about Mrs. Reagan, was you could tell 24/7 she had the president's back, that she was always looking out for him, always trying to protect him, always understanding that maybe certain people in and out of the White House might have different agendas that were a little bit counter to what the president had in mind. Yeah. And she was always mindful to try to look out for him and protect him, and she just did an amazingly good job.
We've got a great guest with us today, Douglas Michael McKinnon. He's an author of The 40 Days, A Vision of Christ's Lost Weeks. McKinnon was a speechwriter for President Ronald Reagan, President George H.W. Bush, and was also press secretary to former Senator Bob Dole. And being with the Reagan administration, what do you make of just this whole back here on the broadcast? Thanks for joining us today here on the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio program, Royal Caribbean International. That's right, you can win a cruise for two. Donate $5 for a chance to win a cruise for two to a location of your choice. Donate just $5 to be entered for a chance to win a cruise to a destination of your choice. You and one other person can cruise to any one of the 9 locations: Alaska, Arabian Gulf, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Bahamas, Bermuda, Caribbean, Europe, and even Hawaii. Donate $5 to www.gofundme.com/MW0ETO for a chance to win a cruise for two. That's right. When you win, you can choose any one of the 9 destinations. The winner will be announced on July 10th, 2016. You will receive a notification via email if you've won. Check it out today online at www.gofundme.com/MW0ETO. That's right, it's a chance to win a cruise for two. Check it out today one more time. GoFundMe.com/MW0ETO. And tell them you heard about it here, Transmedia Worldwide. Well, it is Jason and the Punk Necks, of course, Rusty Nutz. And I guess in this segment, we're going to hear from Mr. Nutz.
Rusty Nutz, baby!
Oh, yes, I gotta get my headphones on. Can't hear without these.
Turn my headphones up! The old Dave Chappelle thing.
I'm more of a Rick James fan myself.
Okay, well.
Oh, it'll be fine. Watch this. We're gonna double mic it.
We're gonna.
You look like
we're
you're
making some stuff happen.
You look like you're getting on the Beatles, like Abbey Road or something.
Abbey Road.
You hear this thing over there?
Yeah, I got you. I don't know what Britannia's doing. It goes her monopod thing that she created.
Monopod. It looks like a CP3's dildo.
It's a hell of a deal.
It's prosthetic. You strap it on and then
you strap it on and it goes.
I bet you can get a crotch fit for that.
Oh, I'm sure she'll find something on eBay if she wants to. Eventually, we'll be able to broadcast somebody's crotch on there.
The crotch cam.
The crotch cam. Well, they have the shoe cam for Brett and Sierra, so why can't we have the crotch cam?
I don't want to see the stalls you looked under.
The holes in the wall.
So what do we have here, Mr. Nutz? What are you going to be doing for us?
I don't know. I was thinking about doing some gospel tune for you.
You want to hear the gospel?
UK, is this a gospel network?
Yeah, this will be a nice warm-up.
This is a gospel network.
This is right here is a gospel tune entitled Black, White, or Gay. This is direct for iHeart on radio.
Here we go.
Well, Jesus is my friend and he helps me every day. But he don't care if you're black, white, or gay. Well, despite what you thought, yeah, it's really not your fault. 'Cause Jesus, he loves you anyway. We're black, white, or gay. We're black, white, or gay. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. Well, you're hanging with them hippies or you're finger deep in some slut. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. Oh, whether you're colored or you're stark raving white, or you're hanging with them faggots on that lower east side. Well, listen up, my friend, let me tell you in the end. Yeah, Jesus, he don't give a fuck. We're black, white, or gay. We're black, white, or gay. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. Well, you're hanging with them hippies or you're finger deep in some slut. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. Oh, 16 abortions your late mother had, and you're the one that's left to tell that tale. Well, she might be a hooker that spent her life in jail, but I guarantee you won't see her in hell.
That's right.
We're black, white, or gay. We're black, white, or gay. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. Well, you're hanging with them hippies or you're finger deep in some slut. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. We're black, white, or gay. We're black, white, or gay. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. Well, you're hanging with them hippies or you're finger deep in some slut. Jesus, he don't give a fuck. Yeah, Lord Jesus, he don't give a fuck. That's right, folks. Jesus don't give two fucks.
Wow, hell of a deal.
That's the type of gospel
Hell of a
song
deal,
you
my
need to
friend.
warm
How
up
does it
the
sound on
crowd.
your end?
Oh, excellent. I like the harmonizing. I like that. I like that. That was fantastic. You
Russ,
guys.
Thank you, Jay.
Russ, one thing I love about Russ is he writes for the common man, not the blue collar or nothing. He writes for the common man.
He's like a songwriter in the vein of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
He's like a total Jerry Jeff Juggalo.
Yeah, I would. Hey, I'm born in the same state as Ric Flair, so back off.
Nature boy.
Nature
That's
boy.
right.
Listen, we've been talking politics. I say
Let's talk wrestling.
Let's talk wrestling.
At this point, Britannia will tune out from the wrestling conversation.
really,
she can't. She doesn't understand wrestling. She'll film it. She'll go to it.
I was down there in Texas at the Mean Gene Burger.
Cheeseburgers. I used to see those trucks. Dude, put him on the side.
I think
That's
that
what
didn't
we're
last
working
too
on for
long.
ourselves.
Kenny Rogers
Punk neck
Roasters fucking
burgers?
killed him.
And buses.
And buses.
Punk neck burgers.
Would you
good.
Would you be down to
Real
do
meat.
American Made? No.
Yeah, I'll do American Made.
We got time. Can you do that?
Oh, we got a lot of time. We
Let's
can do
do it.
whatever that we want.
This is ode to every worthless piece of shit in America that, likes to have that time to himself, like ourselves.
I
Make
tell
America
you,
great again.
Make America great again. That's right.
I believe that America was built on the backs of certain people. And some people were laying on their backs when they were making America. Well, I looked at the date, it was the 4th of July, and I picked up the phone and I started to dial. No little girl She's got time and I spend a little cash and I make her mine. Roll down to the liquor store to pick her up, and I hit down the corner. Hell, she jumped in the truck. She got a nice tight ass with junk in the trunk, and I guarantee this bitch she was ready to fuck. 'Cause I'm American made, American paid. I buy my pussy with cash and get American laid. You don't want to ask and you don't want to know, but here's another $1, girl, I pay as I go. Yeah, I'm American made, American paid. I buy my pussy with cash and get American laid. Yeah, I spent a little money on a cheap hotel, and I have to say it was nice as hell. And she was looking good like a car on fire, and she showed me something sweet under her spare tire. I rolled her on the bed and I grabbed the lube and I whipped out my dick. Hell, I buried the tube. I said, I have to admit, when we get through, I'm gonna throat fuck my wife to pictures of you. 'Cause I'm American made, American paid. I buy my pussy with cash, get American laid. You don't wanna ask and you don't wanna know, but here's another $1, girl, I pay as I go. Yeah, I'm American made, American paid. I buy my pussy with cash and get American laid. You know, she said being a whore ain't all that bad. And she asked about my wife. She said, say hi to your dad. Thank you, ma'am, but you're on my dime. Well, let me fuck you in the ass one more time. 'Cause I'm American made, American paid. Buy my pussy with cash and get American laid. You don't want to ask and you don't want to know, but here's another $1, girl, I pay as I go. Yeah, I'm American made, American paid. I buy my pussy with cash and get American laid.
Hell of a deal.
That's what you get when you...
Hell of a deal.
America.
That's what you get
America.
when you'd rather screw prostitutes than be a dad.
That's true. I feel like
Jesus.
I feel like sometimes commitment is a lot, and if he could just pay for it, you
Let
know.
that be an example.
They didn't make God.
Let that be an example.
God didn't make a lot lizard for you not to utilize it.
Well,
That's
there
true.
is
He
that.
blessed her with the art, and it should be used. She went to liberal arts college for that.
Liberal arts
With her
college.
mouth.
Truck stop.
She went to Flying J Liberal Arts
I
College.
got a doctorate in Flying J liberal arts.
They got showers.
Flying J. They do have showers.
Hey, at least they can wash
I
off
met a woman who
afterwards.
rented the stall all day long.
It was clean. Good fun.
Oh, that's Ramadan. I can't eat, but I sure can suck a
That's
dick.
Ramadan.
Oh, I thought it said rub down.
Oh no, I ain't ramen no don, man. I tell you that Ramadan, man. That's some rockabilly jingle stuff, man. That's some Chuck Berry, man.
Ramadama ding dong.
I
That's
heard
what
it.
it is.
There ain't nothing you can't get for
Can't
a
eat
ham
during the
sandwich
day,
and
but
a
at
soda
night.
pop.
What? Go through that one more time. What?
I'm talking about the lot lizards. A ham sandwich and a soda
Oh,
pop. You
the
get
lot lizards.
hand job for a ham sandwich.
Well,
They have salads available too.
okay. Well, that's good.
For the ones that are
for the ones that are
They can only
Watching their
handle so
figure.
much
watching their figure. For the vegan lot lizards.
I'm watching
They
my
got
finger.
salads. They said they got too many stinky finger returns.
Smell this. I want my money back.
Well,
You gonna do a tune, Jason?
What's that? Yeah, I'm gonna do
he's gonna do the tuning.
I don't want to know it's a song.
It's the song known as tuning.
Is it the tuner? Is that the... Sounds good to me. You want any of this, honey?
I love the. I just love the fact that you guys, you're like a traveling circus. Only you're worth the price of admission. Whatever.
And we don't smell like elephant shit.
Well, that too.
Have you ever... Russ is the
and you don't and you have no problem with people videoing you. You're not like PETA. You're not worried about PETA coming in and
anybody that's been
screwing with you.
Anybody that's hanging out with Jason Punkneck, you know we're all being abused. Ain't nothing to hide.
You'd be like, David Duke ain't nothing.
David Duke. What do you make of this whole thing with Trump and this whole? Well, he's a racist, and then it. Just
after this morning, he's not. There you go. It's that easy, you know.
That easy.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It's
Wax on, wax
the only
off,
thing
baby.
You think we're racist until you see our black friends, and you're like, oh no, they're not. That's it.
Polly.
They're scrambling to find something against him, and that was all they had. And he's trumping it out one by one.
Well, what I always think is funny, like on the Bernie side, is that Bernie wins all these states, and then the press goes, "Oh, those don't count." I'm like, what? What do you mean they don't count?
I'm suing.
Exactly.
The countdown has begun. There's only just a handful more months, and we'll know something.
We're gonna get another Al Gore in this one, dude. It's gonna be like, no, I want to. That's bullshit. I won.
Hey, they're trying.
Why don't we let everybody under 18 vote? They want me in there, and I'm not gonna live for them to be of age next time.
They are trying to draft on both sides. You know, the Republicans want. They're like,
the kids
go get
love
Romney, go get somebody, anybody but Trump.
All the kids want free credit cards.
And on the Democratic side, they're trying to talk Al Gore into running.
Free iPhones for everybody.
All you got to do is take this euthanasia pill.
And they're gonna have
That's right. That's all you gotta
Come
do.
down here to be like Logan's Run. Come down here and get your free cell phone.
You're gonna start getting an iPhone. You'll start getting an iPhone's benefits account. You're like, here, man, just go on your phone.
I get free iTunes, Obama tunes.
We figured you need to call somebody besides 911 with this fucking phone. Here, we'll give it to you.
You might not be able to call anybody but 911, but you can download all the songs you want.
That's
I
right.
call 911. No, that only works if you're married, motherfucker. All right, this is a song.
So what do we have here, Jason?
This is called "Hanging Out with the Devil," or losing my life to my friends. But I think we call it "Hanging Out with the Devil." It's actually a new one. I've been drinking and drugging, never New York, down to Texas, and everywhere in between. Everything that I ever wanted was something that I just didn't need. And I try so hard and I hold my head. Devil keeps a knocking on my door. Every day not having no idea what the next day's gonna have in store. Cause I'm hanging with the devil, trying to loosen my load, losing my life to my friends. I don't know if it'll ever stop, don't think it's gonna end. Cause I'm hanging with the devil, trying to loosen my load, losing my life to my friends. I don't know if it'll ever stop, don't think it's gonna end. Don't think it's gonna end. Don't think it's gonna end. Well, I lost my life and I lost my family. Seem to lose a little every day. Everything that I ever loved was something that had to go away. And I try so hard and I hold my head. Devil keeps a knocking on my door. Every day not having no idea what the next day's gonna have in store. Cause I'm hanging with the devil, trying to loosen my load, losing my life to my friends. I don't know if it'll ever stop. Don't think it's gonna end, 'cause I'm hanging with the devil trying to loosen my load. Losing my life to my friends. I don't know if it'll ever stop. Don't think it's gonna end. Don't think it's gonna end. Don't think it's gonna end, 'cause I'm hanging with the devil trying to loosen my load. Losing my life to my friends. I don't know if it'll ever stop. Don't think it's gonna end, 'cause I'm hanging with the devil trying to loosen my load. Losing my life to my friends. I don't know if it'll ever stop. Don't think it's gonna end. Don't think it's gonna end. Don't think it's gonna end. Losing my life to my friends.
Fantastic. Fantastic, as they say. Woo! What is that? Is that a Ric Flair for
American?
No, he meant to say whoop whoop.
Well, he is a juggalo.
Because we're not doing juggalos.
Yeah,
He
we're
is
the
a-
punk Nicolos.
All
Yeah,
these-
actually, that song is not on any of our albums. You have to come and see us perform live to hear it.
Or listen to I Heart
Or
on
listen
Radio.
to the Jiggy
That's
Jaguar
right.
show.
Or find us on the old Facebook.
It's face space.
That's right. My face.
I
Is,
done spread my face space all over the country.
As my buddy Andres used to say, what was it? My face or face space. or-
Tylen's ex-husband.
Yes, Tylen. My cousin Tylen's ex-husband.
Now,
Andres. He used
you
to
say Audis?
He was from South Africa. She met him at
So
the
he was
Kansas
white
State-
Audis.
Yes.
Yeah, he says that every
met him at the Kansas State Fair. He was working as a carny, and then convinced him to stay in the country, and she married him. And then she got bored with him a couple months later and booted him. And so he was.
She runs his life.
She ruined his life, so he went back to South Africa.
I totally was going to do that in L.A. before I met Polly. I was like, man, I'm going to marry one of my friends out here there for me. Pay my bills and
That's a hell of a deal.
take me to Japan a couple of times. Shit, I'm in.
Just so
I don't
you
even
know,
like fish,
I'm looking.
but I'm in.
You know what is so funny is
I'm looking for a Japanese lady to marry. So
a geisha girl.
you can call me.
You know what's so funny is that I've known Jason off and on for like 10 years. And just talking online and playing your music and all the bullshit, and it's so entertaining when you're here in the flesh.
It's not all typed up.
That's right.
You should see him out of the flesh.
Oh, that too. Thank you, sir.
If they only knew how long it took for your pink eye to go away every time we came.
That's right.
Man, that we were smoking some weed up in Detroit with Russ's gay uncle.
My gay blind uncle.
And
Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom.
He only liked black.
Of course he would be named
He
Tom.
died
He
like
only
right
liked
after
black
we were there. He totally died right when right 2 days after we left. But Uncle Tom, we're smoking weed with him and then his.
What did you guys have him smoke?
Well, he's blind, gay, and had AIDS.
Ah, okay.
So he breaks his joint in half and he goes, I had to break it in half because it's AIDS dope. He goes, but don't worry, you can't get it. He passes it to his roommate, Donald. And, right? Ronald? Donald. And Donald hits it. That's okay, I got HIV. He says, but don't worry, you ain't going to get it. They hand it to me. They go, what you got? I said, I already took a Valtrex, but I sure was worried y'all gonna have hepatitis.
Coolest uncle in the world. He used to take me to the strip clubs across in Canada.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't drive because he was blind.
Well, yeah.
And he'd make me describe all the dicks of the dudes that come out. I was like 16 years old. Then he'd make me what I realized.
Wow, you had an interesting.
You had quite the upbringing, Russ.
But that's not even the worst part. He was actually there to buy boner pills and sneak them back across the border, so I'd have to guard the bathroom stall while he shoved them in his ass.
You gotta be out of here.
I was really confused for a while.
I can imagine you being confused.
I was confused for a while.
He goes, we're buying the drugs from the one that comes out. When you see a dude come out on the platform that uses his dick as a wristwatch, that's who we're getting the drugs from.
I said,
really?
I was like, put your lips around this and smoke it, Uncle Tom. I'm going to put it to your lips. You just suck on it. He grabs my hand and says, I would, Jason, but you haven't given me the chance.
Wow. Okay, Paul. How do I make a transition to our final song with
no
you?
way to do it.
Well,
actually, we've been working on a new music video for this song.
Yeah.
And this is all about speculation and watching people and just wondering what their life's really like.
Well, here we go.
And it's a song that Jason and Russ are both involved in helping make happen.